54 years after, the federal government has reviewed the immigration guideline as part of plans to check the influx of illegal immigrants and also encourage foreign investments in Nigeria. On this week's edition of the program, my guest gives us details of the new immigration guidelines. Hello there, thank you for joining us on the program this week. I'm Gloria Umezuke. The House of Representatives have raised concerns about the porousness of the nation's border, arguing that the situation could have given opportunity for some criminal elements to sneak into the country. In our interview, my guest on this week's edition of the program, the Comptroller General of Immigration, talks about the steps to address the situation. But up ahead. The Minister of Interior, retired General Abdurrahman Dambazao, has approved a new set of immigration regulations that would aid the government monitor and check the movement of terrorists through the nation's borders. We'll take a listen. Smuggling of migrants, bombings and herdsmen attacks are among the top issues which broadened the need to tighten the nation's immigration laws.
The ministry can reform these.
Diplomats and top government officials were among those who witnessed the executive approval.
The immigration regulations 2017.
The Minister of Interior points out that the 80-section regulation will enhance protection against cross-border crimes.
Include temporary work permits, visa on arrival, entry for business purpose, immigrants register, to register all immigrants in Nigeria, restriction of immigrants' movements, and also movement of terrorist groups and individuals. There is this biometrics identity card, which we are working on, and that identity card serves as also a passport for movement in and out of the country.
The new immigration regulation is to provide the legal framework for the effective implementation of the 2015 Amended Immigration Act. The new regulation replaced the outdated Act of 1963. It takes care of entry and departure from Nigeria, including visa on arrival, residence and employment of foreign nationals, control of immigrants, smuggling of migrants, and issuance of passports, among other travel documents. According to the Immigration Boss, these regulations will not stifle businesses, but will have a positive impact on the nation.
It's only when you are spending more than 90 days that you are mandated to do the registration. Registration, these people will fight terrorism, will fight all forms of crime. Once we know who is where, we know that you are in our country, you are in our territory, we have you, we know your address. It makes things easier. It will help transnational crime to be fought effectively between two countries.
The Comptroller General underscores that the visa on arrival conforms with the executive order signed by President Muhammadu Buhari on the ease of doing business in Nigeria. In our interview, the Comptroller General of Immigrations, Mr. Mohammed Babandede, speaks on the new immigration regulations and other issues concerning the service. Mr. Mohammed Babandede, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Let's begin now with the launch of the 2017 immigration regulations. What informed this after 50 years?
The first Immigration Act was established by Parliament in 1963. And in that act, the Minister of Interior was empowered to make a regulation, to regulate, to produce policy on how to comply with the act. Since then, nothing happened, 54 years. The reason is very simple, because that main law was not reviewed. In 2015, the National Assembly passed the revised Immigration Act law. Thank God, with the 2015, there was an opportunity to make a regulation. So the Minister of Interior on Monday launched the immigration regulation. It is a long time, but you know it is necessary. You can't fight modern crime. You can't handle modern issues with the 11th century tool. So it is worth changing.
What were those loopholes you noticed, that informed this decision?
The former immigration regulation was narrow. It came immediately after our independence. Our population was small. The global mobility was very low. You will all agree with me that the level of mobility, human mobility globally, was very negligible. And the world is not worried about migrants. People travel freely. At that time, remember, we don't need visa to go to UK, Nigerians. But today, we need visa to go almost everywhere, except the West African sub-region. Many countries have changed their governments for no reason because of migrant. The perception that migrants have taken job away from them. Migrants have taken good health for them. Migrants have caused insecurity for them. So the world is changing. We too, we feel the same. That there are migrants who are taking our jobs, who are taking more colorful jobs. Opportunity for Nigerians to travel have become smaller. Embassies are putting stricter laws on people to move from Nigeria. Okay. This makes mobility more difficult. If you cannot migrate legally, remember the time when we don't need a visa, people travel. But now people want to move. Our population has doubled, if not tripled, from 1963, and they want to move because of opportunity. The world is small. Visa regime has become tighter. Schengen system is very tight. The British visa is very tight. This means people would like to move by all means. This law that came into being is to address those problems. The loophole was that it didn't look at these problems. But today,